2 years ago, I discovered a passage lost to time, a portal from the outside world into something unbelievable. It led me through an impassable tract of thick vegetation, a barrier that had guarded the treasures of a lost, gold-bearing river for over 130 years. Since then, I've returned on occasion, because the river's bounty and the forgotten stories buried in its silence are unlike any other place I've ever seen. In the cold currents of this ancient river, I found more than just gold. I found stories, fragments of earth carried through time, waiting to be shaped into something bigger. 3 years ago, I had my wedding ring made by local Tasmanian jeweller Nicole Viney using the ancient process of sand casting, a method that leaves the metal raw, imperfect, and entirely unique. The result wasn't flawless, and that's exactly why I love it. It holds the shape of my life, the years of adventures, being alone in wild places, leading to becoming a father and a husband. And now, with our little family growing, it feels like the right moment to turn some of this river's treasure into something that will last forever. I've always wanted to create something to complement Erin's wedding set, something that carries the same weight and the same intention as my wedding ring. And for my son Scout, his ring will be cast from mine, a subtle inheritance, a form carried forward. And many of you have also asked for something else, a pure 24-karat gold ring. So alongside the family pieces, I'll be having Nicole create one more, a simple, unfiltered band in pure gold, a tribute to the river itself, a way to honour the place that gave us so many stories exploring its wild reaches and treasured memories of this life-changing journey, which I'll remember forever. Okay, so I've got 2 little containers here filled with fine gold. Now the problem is, this stuff is quite dirty. It's coated in ironstone. So I'm going to grade through it, pick out the cleanest pieces, and then I'm going to put these in a solution of Bright, which will help take off any impurities in the gold. As you can see here, the gold in its raw form is less than clean. It's not the type of stuff we want to be melting down for sand casting, but it's pretty impressive how quickly we can polish this stuff up. First, I'll need to grade through it though, and set aside any pieces that contain visible quartz rock or too much ironstone. For the 3 rings, I'm going to need over 50 grams, so this is going to be a lot of sorting. Wow, it's only 16.82. I've got a lot of work to do. Alright, we're up to 40. We're getting there. Here's the save pile. As you can see, it's all kind of dirty, nuggety stuff. And the use pile, still somewhat dirty, still somewhat nuggety, but majority of it's a lot cleaner, and it should continue to clean up. I got the secret sauce, Bright. Let it get into all those little cracks and soften up all of that ironstone. This will dissolve it into liquid, and by the end of this experiment we'll be dealing with some very nice gold. You can see here when the solution's left for several hours, the ironstone becomes liquefied. And tip out that stuff. It's definitely looking cleaner, but we've got a long way to go yet. So we'll go some new solution and leave that for another night. So it's been a few days now. I've changed the solution over a few times, but I think this will be the last one that I do. Yeah, Bubba. So that's what we're dealing with now. You can see it's cleaned it up a lot. So it's kind of hard to see in this light, but it's taken out a lot of the impurities. It's also highlighted some others like this that will need to come out. So with our gold refined as best we could for a home job, it was time to weigh it up and make sure we still had enough for the job. And with all of our homework done, it was finally time to meet up with Nicole and start melting some of this gold. Alright guys, so we're here with Nicole Viney in her studio, and we're going to be creating some awesome rings today because Nicole is the one who actually created my wedding ring. This is done via a technique called sand casting, and I've wanted for some time to get Erin made one and also one for my son Scout for when he gets married down the line. And I've also been reading a lot of comments. People are intrigued to see how a pure gold ring would turn out. So because of the way that this process happens, we're going to start with the pure gold ring today. And Nicole's going to be taking us along and showing us how she creates these awesome rings.
We're really excited to melt some of the gold here and see how they turn out.
So the next stage in this journey was going to be creating a wax model for the cast.
So I've just marked out the 9mm edge. So I've got a special saw blade for the wax. It's a bit of a spiral where the teeth work on a bit of a spiral so that when you're cutting it, it doesn't melt back onto itself.
Nice.
So I'll save that bit for later and I'll use that again. Usually with like a classic wedding ring, it's all perfect and the same, thickness all the way through.
Yeah.
But because we're going for that really beautiful, organic, just found, out of the ground.
In nature, yeah.
I'm roughing it up a little bit to make it not so perfect. To give it its own personality.
Wow.
It's gonna be cool.
Yeah. It's so similar, like you can just tell that they're brothers already. With the wax model complete, it was time to create its imprint in the sand cast. By sandwiching the mould between two sides of Delft clay, the imprint that's left behind will soon be filled with liquid, pure gold, creating the impression of the ring. Wow. Nice. Voila. Special attention needs to be paid to any loose material inside the cast, which might halt the flow of the gold as it's travelling towards the vents.
So this is one of the vents, and then again we'll take a little bit of excess away. Another one here.
Amazing.
And go from there.
So does that mean that all we need now is some molten liquid gold?
Sure does.
Cool.
So we'll just leave that there for a minute.
Yep.
We're going to just melt the gold into the crucible and melt it so it's just like a button.
Yeah.
Then we'll pop that in the acid, give it a little clean, and then from the second melt, then we'll
try pouring it in. Wow.
So I can actually sort of semi-predict how much gold we'll need for the 24 carat ring.
Yeah.
So we've got the wax model and it's 1.19, we'll call it 1.2.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have multiply it by the specific gravity weight factor. So we'll go, 1.20 times. Fine gold is 19.36. And it should be about 23.23 grams finished approximately.
Wow.
So when Rob and I were first talking, I'm like, we might need about maybe 30 grams, which is actually pretty close because by the time we put the sprue onto it and that kind of thing, it's going to be pretty well 30 grams.
Wow. 30 grams is just under an ounce, which at the moment is about 5,000 Australian dollars. So this ring is not cheap, but we will be using some of the leftover material for the next ring, which is why we needed to start with the pure ring first.
Get a nice hot flame. You can hear by the sound that it's ready to set for a little bit and then I'll pop it out. So that's it.
Wow. So cool.
And we'll give it a little quench. Ready?
Yep. The gold had now been consolidated into one big chunk, but a bathe in the ultrasonic acid and a touch up with the dentist drill would bring it into tip-top shape, ready for the mould.
You can see where the metal, when it's hardened back up again, the crystalline structure forming together.
Oh yeah. It's got like a snake skin.
Yeah. Alright.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
First time is a charm.
Yeah.
No pressure, Nicole. It's not like you've been filmed or anything. It takes about 5 minutes of holding this 1000 degree flame over the gold before it begins to liquefy. And by that time, this little studio is cooking. I'm sweating in anticipation, but we're almost there. We just need to pour the molten gold into that tiny little hole on top of the... Bugger. Alright, we got that one out of the way. Imagine if it was perfect.
It would have totally would have poured.
Yeah, true, because it went all the way to the bottom. It just wanted that top up.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh no.
You can see the cool texture.
Oh, damn, it feels like such a waste. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing.
So here's my ring, 13.25, and here's half this ring, 13.94. Oh my goodness. Pure gold is no joke. So Nicole had to redo the sandcast with the same wax model she had created earlier. It was time to try again, because unfortunately with this method, there are no guarantees of success.
A little bit of a dip dug out or something in there that's catching it.
It's just a little way of saying it's not ready yet.
Yeah. When I describe gold as chipping, that's what I'm referring to. But it's coming.
Yes! That was so good. Oh, you must feel so relieved.
So much relief.
I was like sweating for you. I was like, I can't imagine the pressure you feel thinking, what if I do the same thing again? That looked like an incredible pour.
Yeah, that was good. Alright. Is it gonna be it?
Oh, wow. Holy smokes.
Literally.
Yeah, it's smoking.
It's smoking.
That is insane. And the sprue, like, you couldn't have had any less sprue.
No, and like I thought I was being a little bit.
Yeah.
Like 30 grams seems like a lot, but once we cut that off.
Yeah, that's going to be a chunker. Holy moly. That is so cool.
I was so happy.
Yeah, great job. And you know, you had to do that first thing to show how good of a job you did the second time, because it's not easy.
No, it's
like,
not. It's a lot of melting. And so,
wow.
Yeah. So this is like the join line of the two parts.
Yep.
And then you can see where some of the gold didn't fully fill out, or there might have been just a little bit of an indentation from some loose sand.
Yeah.
So it's all very organic. The inside's actually quite clean. I'm really surprised. So it's not a lot to cut out in there.
Yeah.
And we've still got a fair bit of...
It kind of looks like it's meant to be that way. Like it's got the...
You can even put a big stone.
Yeah, it looks like it's meant to be. You just popped a sapphire when it was done. Like.
Perfect. And yeah, we'll just cut those down and blend them in a little bit.
Yeah. That is so cool.
Ah, so happy.
Yeah, I'm so happy too.
Things kind of like miscellaneously disappear like that sometimes.
Wow.
There we go. So we'll blend that in with like some birds and stuff. That will be quite a shiny piece.
Yeah.
Unless you want to keep it shiny as like a feature. Otherwise we can blend it in sort of like the rest of the band.
Sounds good.
So I always get really excited when I can work with the high carated metals because it's like so smooth. And 18 carat is like just room temperature butter liquid. Thanks Travelways for the newspaper.
That's good. Your mum's done an incredible job working with this gold.
Yes, such a jeweler.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like so much. It might be just in case it patinas like super quickly. I'm not sure if it will or not.
Yep, there we go. Nice.
Oh.
That's cool.
And I'll just put my guild stamp in there. I don't know if I was a guild member when I made your wedding ring, but I got accepted and it was really a big deal for me.
Oh, nice.
It's always a goal of mine.
I'm not going to show you guys the finished product just yet. I've got Nicole to make 2 more rings, one 18 carat ring for Scout's wedding and a rose gold ring for Erin. So once I've got all 3, we'll see a reveal, but Thanks so much to Nicole for having us in the studio today. It's been incredible watching her perform her magic, and I don't think the results are going to disappoint. So here we have all 3 stunning pieces, and we'll open them up and take a close look at each one. First up, we have Erin's band. This was done in 18 karat rose gold to match her wedding set. It's the perfect match to my wedding ring, and on the inside of it we had our initials inscribed along with the date of our wedding. And I've got to say, this is a match made in heaven. Next up we have Scout's ring. This was done in 18 karat gold using some of the leftovers from the pure ring. Using my ring as a mould, this ring is a perfect replica, and on the inside we have his initials engraved for Scout Franklin Parsons. Holding them side by side, it's hard to tell which one is the original. As you can see, the shape and grooves from my ring are perfectly imprinted onto Scout's all the way around. Then there's the pure ring. The colour from this ring is undeniably beautiful. Comparing it to my 18 karat wedding ring, you can see there is so much more richness in the colour. It also weighs nearly twice as much as the 18 karat, which when you see it from the side is unsurprising, considering how much thicker it is. So how does it feel and look compared to the 18 karat? Well, let's try it on. Pretty damn epic, but it is noticeably chunkier than my normal wedding ring. So I think I might save this maybe for special occasions or when I become a grandfather perhaps. From the heart of an ancient stream to the hands of a family, these rings are much more than just jewellery. They're relics of place, family and time, born of the land, forged in fire and passed on with love. They carry the stories of where we've been and guide us forward with strength and purpose. A special thanks to Nicole Viney for her incredible craftsmanship in bringing this vision to life.